Hello, this is Travis from the Grumpy Wizard blog, and this is another dev vlog or development vlog. This is a series about how me documenting my path and approach to becoming a professional publisher of my own stories, games, and other things that you might find interesting. Today I'm talking about finding an audience, and I use the word finding very intentionally. I use that word because I want to keep the mindset that the people I'm trying to eventually sell something to are already out there doing their own thing, and maybe they have hope or the people I'm trying to find are people who already have a lot of the same interests that I have. They like classic fantasy adventure games. They like sword and sorcery fiction. They like heavy metal. They like history books. They like horror movies. So what I'm doing is, instead of going out and trying to extract something from a group of people, like the way some companies that will not be named do, I'm looking to contribute something to this community of people. I use the word community. I know it's overused and probably doesn't mean what people who use it on the internet thinks it means, but we'll use it because I can't think of a better word right now. The community of people who like the old school games, heavy metal, Appendix N, sword and sorcery books, that little mosh pit, if you will, of people. I'm trying to contribute to that because that space, those people, have contributed so much to me in my life. The hobby of gaming, the music, the books have made times when I've been pretty low and down, they've made those moments survivable. They've made them tolerable, and I was able to get through them because I had those things in my life. And I want to contribute to the people who like those things as much as I do. How do I do that? I very simply create things that I think are useful, that are maybe from either an angle that somebody hasn't heard before, or or just simply a thing that's maybe obscure or unusual and is helpful and positive. Overall, trying to be and focus primarily on positivity and a positive contribution to the hobby, to this area of interest. So when I'm sharing something with you, I hope that my experiences that maybe you haven't had will be useful to you, and that you can learn something and you can get something out of that. A lot of people get it twisted that an audience is a follower count. And what I'm looking for is a long-term relationship that's not a transaction. I'm hoping to meet more of you at game conventions. I'm hoping to meet or talk to more of you online. I'm hoping to have a one-on-one as much as possible, and one to each other as much as possible, so that ideas that I have go out other places and other people talk about them to each other. That happens some on Reddit, on Facebook. Sometimes I'll see a spike in blog traffic because somebody's sharing my ideas on a message board or a forum somewhere. And what that tells me, that's more valuable to me than likes and subscribes. I appreciate those things. Don't get me wrong, they're helpful. But they're not the point. They are the side effect of the thing that is the point, which is the relationships, the friendships, people taking stuff home and using it in their own games, going to shows, watching movies, reading books that I've recommended to them, and getting something from that. That's the goal. Am I succeeding in this approach of being positive and helpful? It is advancing. I'm getting more viewers, more visits to the blog, more newsletter subscribers. But that growth is a lot slower than it would be if I was making videos every week about whatever the big drama of the week is. The Kickstarter that's 2 years late, the legal battle with some game company or whatever. But that's not what I'm trying to do, and I don't think that contributes positively to the people that I'm trying to contribute to. So I'm not going to do that. At least I'm not making a habit of it. There are moments where people need to be called out on their shitty behavior. And again, if there's an angle that I don't see anybody else talking about, then I'm happy to jump in when I feel that it's really necessary, but I avoid it. It's because it's generally just not, there's no value in it for me, and there's very little value in it for you, and certainly not lasting value. It's things that you're going to forget about in 10 years, and nobody's going to be searching for, some shitty game designer who said something awful on Twitter and then went on to become an office drone because he's not in the gaming industry anymore and nobody's heard of him. Nobody's going to search for that and find a video that I've made about that, or somebody else has made about that. Those videos are going to drop off. Those blog posts are going to drop off. They have no lasting value. And that's what I'm trying to produce, lasting value. So I'm succeeding, but at a much slower rate, and that's fine. I'm playing long game here. I hope you got something out of this video, or at least learned something about me and what I'm trying to do here, and maybe that's interesting to you. Check out my other videos, or not. That's cool too. Thanks.